When you say spirit, do you mean their fullest whole soul self?
No, we mean divine energy.
Oh, divine energy, spirit. Okay. Well, spirit here is a very broad term. So when you say the spirit, it's like, okay, well, but that spirit, and that can be very, very, very...
It's like almost like opening into the divine realm, into the physical.
Is the effects of that, are they permanent, or is it just a temporary, that type of momentary thing? So one person could have it, and it'd be a very nice experience, but then they go away and pretty much forget it.
But someone else, it can shape the rest of their life. And the reason it happens around shadows is because they are almost have a spiritual aspect to them. We're trying to figure out how to describe this. It's not just blocking the sun with your body. That's a scientific viewpoint of it.
Very limited, dead viewpoint.
A shadow is your soul walking in the spirit side.
Is that why children have so much fun playing with shadows?
Yes, because they can see into that realm through their shadows.
So the shadows are sort of like a window or a doorway for them into the other realms?
Yes.
Very interesting.
The realm that they're picturing is the one you call heaven. It's the soul realm.
Okay, you can see into the soul realm through your shadow.
Children can.
Children can see into the soul realm through the shadow.
Because your entire soul is not always in your body. Some of it still remains in the soul realm.
Yes.
That's what you call your higher self.
Your higher self still in the soul realm. Only part of you is living a life. And so your shadow is sort of like the window between the two.
Yes.
And children can see that and are aware of that. Why are so many people afraid of shadows?
Because that's showing them how corrupted their souls are.
Oh. Okay.
Because it's almost like a two-way mirror. You can see yourself and see the soul.
You can see your true, deepest, fullest soul self. And for some people, that's very...
Your soul can see the rest of yourself.
Yes. And that's not always something you want to see.
Yeah.
That is most interesting. It is not a conversation that I've actually remember hearing people being discussed.
No, people weren't ready for it.
The only place I can think of where it was even mentioned in any way was in Peter Pan.
Yes, J.M. Barrie could see into that realm. That's why he saw the shadow was having a life of its own. Storytellers, fantasy storytellers have that ability. Because they can write things down that other people would make it more acceptable.
The never-ending story and how that really opens you up to acceptance of other realms.
Yes.
And other beings and things. So yes, writers, there are these, I'm not going to say every single writer, but storytellers. The ones who can
There's a difference between a writer and a storyteller. A storyteller, that's their soul.
Mm-hmm.
That's their calling. They can't not tell a story. And there's different ways to tell story.
Oh yes. You can do it through an actual written story. You can tell it through acting. You can tell it through art.
Yes.
There's many ways to tell the stories as there are stories.
Yes. That's why shadow puppet shows, when children do that, they're actually connecting with animal souls.
Ah.
Whether it be a dog, a bird, a butterfly,
Bunny rabbit. Bunny rabbits are usually the first one they learn. That is very, very interesting. Because there's this thing about playing with your shadow.
And the soul wants to play.
Oh, yes. Of course.
So playing with your shadow is a great spiritual connection.
Playing with your shadow, talking to yourself.
Making it bigger and smaller and weird shapes and yes.